sun peeks over the horizon. Your excitement builds. The animals in the field start to stir. The forest comes alive with sounds. The sunlight glimmers off the lake, and the mountains start to shed their morning fog. So load up your favorite ammo, grab a few buddies, and head out to make some memories. And tell the rest of the world that you've gone hunting. Gone Hunting is a 1 to 4 player game of family fun where you build a unique hunting ground, scout different animals, buy weapons and gear, and roll dice to hunt. Complete objectives and try not to miss. So let's load up the truck and back Gone Hunting today. See you in the field. All right, there we go. Hope everybody's good. This is going to be exceptionally informal. In fact, it's just it's I don't know. I like doing it this way. People look at it, fine. You don't, okay, whatever. But Joss Veer, if you ever see this, I was actually looking up in the gun cabinet, and I was just going through the ammo and seeing what I had. And I found my brow hook. It was hanging off there. I keep it in there so that Brandon doesn't come down and try to jack me for it. And you know how he is. But yeah, I hope everybody's good. I had this board game for a while. I guess I kind of make board games a little bit, and I had this one for a bit, and I don't know. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, and well, I have no actual friends, so I thought I'd do it on here. This way, at least I get to talk about it, and maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't. We'll see. So the first thing is, this sucker is a monster. Okay, we're going to be taking a look at this game called Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. It's put out by Triton Noir. Now, again, I really got to say, Triton Noir. They put out a game called. It used to be called V Commandos. Then they changed the name to V Sabotage. Because there used to be this old video game. It was an RTS, strategy style video game called Commandos, and I guess they got all butthurt when Triton Noir used V Commandos. But it's neat because it was, and I'll explain the map thing in a bit. But you moved soldiers for World War II on a map, and you were able to try to sneak in, complete some World War II objectives. It was pretty cool. Now, why in God's glorious green earth is that so tiny? That's what she said. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice is a gigantic game. Okay, it is. It really comes in a big box, and I'll show you the box here because this probably doesn't do it justice. Is it bigger than the director's cut? It might be a little taller, the box, but that would be about it. It's not long, definitely not longer. No, the director's cut is much longer than this one. But anyway, you get a bunch of minis in here, and they're all based around the Assassin's Creed. And what this is supposed to emulate is you going through, as if you just bought like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Actually, this is more in the Victorian era kind of a thing. But anyway, it's like you're playing through the video game kind of a deal. Yeah, there's Leonardo's stuff, and I'll show you most of this. Why do I say most of it? Because I'm still damn salty that I didn't get this. I was supposed to get the giant tower because of the Kickstarter thing. Never got it. Yeah, they never sent me the tower. I did get my Ezio Mini, so that was kind of cool. Never got my tower. So yeah, I'm a bit salty about that. Does that influence the review? No. Honestly, truth be told, that tower is cool looking. But I swear to you, if you had that on the table, it would be so hard for everybody to see the darn map anyway. It would really be more of a hindrance. But that being said, I paid for it, so I mean, I'd still like it. All right, so let me close this thing out. So yeah, you can still get this. It is a pricey game, and that's kind of why I want to talk about it. And this is just the base game. Then they do have 3 expansions. The Crows, which unless you want to do skirmish, stay away from the Crows one. Tokyo, which I think is a future-ish one. And Roma, which obviously is Rome. So but you get quite a bit for the $240. But should you buy this for the $240? Well, that's kind of what we're going to talk about. So let's close that thing. And let's make this here, and I'll switch these over in a second. But yeah, should you get this thing for the $240? Well, once I go through and I'll explain to you what the game has and everything. And really, if anybody wants to stop in, feel free. Doesn't matter. We'll sit here, we'll talk about the game while we're going through it. And, always good to have a soundboard, right? Also, big sexy hats. This one's from Rugged Legacy. This isn't a big sexy shirt. I just like this shirt. But yeah, holy mackerel. In fact, we have another set of hats and vests, or the orange vests coming. We're going to be doing another set of the orange beanies for the Big Sexy Outdoors. I don't know what else he has in stock, but yeah, I've been wearing this hat. Honestly, I don't like baseball hat kind of style things much. I'm more of the Scully caps, the golf hat looking things. But this one has been the single most comfortable hat. That's the only reason I wear it. I have a full collection of big sexy hats over there. This is the one I wear. Just BSing. All right. I'm going to switch this so you can stop seeing the ugly. And we're going to go from there. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's just do it. See if can I get this full screen only. Yes, beautiful. Now it is going to be on this kind of an angle, only because that's where I could mount the phone. If I could mount the phone behind me, I would. But I mean, you can see behind me. I got the comics, I got the crossbow, I got the drawings, and I got the drawing that Juliet did for me for Christmas. So I don't really have anywhere to, unless maybe off of this shelf and then angled it up this way. And we'll try it for next time. But in the meantime, you didn't come here to hear me talk about my logistical issues. You want to see this. Now, again, this game looks flat, right? Keep in mind, it is a big, big box. Okay. It's got weird writing on the inside of it, which I'm sure is going to come into play somewhere. Where? I don't know. We've gotten to memory 1.2 is where we're going to start. So we didn't get real far in this, but I believe I've gotten far enough to say whether or not, exactly what I think of this. Because I make games for a living too, and I'd like to give my thoughts on this. And that's kind of what I'm going to do from now on. When I look at games, I'm going to say it not only from the player part, but from somebody who makes them. What would I have done differently? Okay, would I have done anything differently? So that's where we're going to go. Oh, also, for those that are checking it out, Gone Hunting is being printed. I talked to the manufacturer. They're back from the Chinese New Year stuff, and they're getting ready to go into full bore. Slaughterville 3 it's out of port. I guess, is that the way to say it? It's released from customs, I guess is the best way to say it. So yeah, that's on the way too. That should be here within like a week or two, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know how shipping is with, and then customs. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to move this big giant. This is just a lid. Okay. And as we get the pieces out, I got to move this a little bit closer. As we get the pieces out, we'll talk about them a bit. And again, at the end, we'll say what we really think and is this worth it. So these are the first things I really looked at, because I'll be honest with you, the inserts it comes with, I threw them out. I think I didn't. There's one insert I didn't throw out, which I'll bring out and show you, but I could have thrown it out and nobody would have cared. This is neat. It's just a, honestly, it is just north, south, east, and west. It's your compass marker. That's all it is. But it's a nice tile. This I like because it shows which enemies are going to be coming out. And then sometimes you can have more than one map. We'll explain maps in a bit. And then it shows this here, which is the enemy spawn cards. So it's a nice little board. Is it necessary? No, it isn't. But I like it. Now this is what I want to do for a lot of my boards from now on. Some of the ones that I've made, I like this double, I guess they call it double thick, double layer boards, where it has an indent for pieces that can move. Now, it doesn't have an indent for the cards, which I wouldn't want that anyway. But yeah, I really like the double indent. And, of course, art's, decent enough. It's nothing spectacular. It's got the Assassin's Creed logo, some other logos on here, but there's nothing spectacular about it. And it shows what level you are, how many skill cards you can have. So yeah, and they give you 4 because it's a 1 to 4 player game. This I'm kind of, you can use it. They're extra boards. They came with the Crows and Crows versus something. I'll bring it out in a minute. Expansion. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So all right, let's see. Just to show you, I did get everything here. So we got the regular rule book. We got the campaign book. I'm not going to open the campaign book much, just because I don't want to spoil anything. And these stickers, I'll be honest with you, these stickers are almost pointless, because the only thing they do is mark on the, and I got to keep my page here, on this campaign sheet, how well you did. Okay. If you got red, then you fully synced it. If you got gray, you didn't. That could have been done with a checkbox or circling it in. Could have saved money on stickers. But again, I'm cheap that way, so I would have done that. So do again, and they give you so darn many, and you see, there's not that many. There's 26 memories that you go through. So, and again, the 26 memories are just like the game. You know what I mean? You're going to be going through and playing through this campaign book with some optional memories, but mostly it's, how many are there? Up to 4.5 as far as the memories go, and then there's a couple of additional ones, and then the bonus ones that from the expansions. But overall, I don't think they needed that many stickers. But that's just me. So that's your campaign book, and it's nice. It's nice and well laid out and everything. It tells you exactly what you need for each mission. In fact, I'm going to open up Memory 01. That's your starter. Who cares? And it tells you the map that you have to lay out. And what's nice about this game is the map itself isn't tile specific. As long as it has the design on it, like these are just walls, then you can use it. So if it tells you to put out a courtyard style tile, then you just get one that looks like it's ground level. As long as it's not, there's also canals and waterways. And then they have rooftop tiles, because it's Assassin's Creed, you got to have roofs. And then it tells you how many spawn points and hiding spots to put out, how many objective things to put out.
and so on. But yeah, it lays it out pretty good. It tells you to read any envelopes. Tells you what you need to do to pass it and to get full points. And the points are important because of the experience points on the track to tell you when your assassin goes up levels, so they get better skills and things. All in all, a good time as far as that goes. And the rules are really well laid out. I mean, you can't argue with the art on it. You know, there was one thing that I didn't really care for. Well, okay, there's a couple of things, but I don't. I know I could swear to you. Yeah, here, coordinated attack. Um, I missed that at least twice looking through this rule book because it's that small thing and it's different from the rest of the rules. But I thought that thing should have been in like the assassin's actions. Um, I mean, it is under the attack, but I don't know how I missed that a couple of times. But that's one of the big things, useful things you're going to want to remember. But overall, yeah, laid out well. Shows you what's in the box. Talks about stealth. Talks about your health and everything else, and then how to do a campaign, how to save the game in between campaigns, and then something else that we'll talk about later. And then I got Roma. I don't think I even cracked this open yet. Yeah, it's got memories in there, so I'm not going to look into there. Tokyo, 21. It's got some memories in there too. Missions. That'll be fun. Now this one here, though. Again, brutal honesty. Creed versus Crows comes with this big stack of cards, which I'll pull out in a little bit. It came with some minis. So, I mean, there's that. But otherwise, and some extra dice. I always like dice, you know that. But otherwise, this is pretty much a skirmish style, the way it seems. And I'll never play it. Unless you're into the skirmish games, this is not one that I would recommend. This expansion, rather. In fact, I would probably just get rid of that one altogether. All right. So yeah, this is our saved characters that we have through here, and things. The red ones are health. The clear ones are our number of action. And that's the kind of thing I do like that they did with this is, you don't have turns. You have these cubes that say how many actions you have, and you spend them to do actions. And you could do them in any order. And once everybody's out of actions, then it's the bad guy's turn, and so on. So yeah, I like that. That was, I don't think they had action points. I do believe in V Commandos. Yeah, they did. But yeah, I like that. That was one thing I like. And you get. I'm not going to open these because it does show some spoilery stuff. But there are different assassins that you can be. And overall, they do play a bit differently. It's important to remember your special abilities, but otherwise, yeah, they're fine. We'll get to you in a second. I guess I hate your face. Like I said, I threw out the inserts and just threw everything in here. But there's different assassins. There's different followers. There's Leonardo and all. Plenty of cubes to go around. There's another one. I don't remember who that is anymore. Oh, treasure chests in case you find chests that you can go ahead and open. Courtesans, and because you can pull people in to help distract during the missions. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that Creed versus Crows thing. Yeah, honestly, I could chuck it and not care. That's just more stuff. More stuff. Which mini is this off the top of my head? Oh, these are the new assassins. That's the other thing that's neat about it is these assassins that you're playing in here, except for Ezio, they were not in any of the games that I'm aware of. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let me take these out the way. And I'll set these over here. Now, we come into this. I'm going to set that to the side because I will talk about that then. It does come with these bunch of boxes. I was not instructed to open them yet, so I didn't. And they're going to be ones that you will go through and figure out, through the story what they are. They come with hiding spots, fast travel stations, all fun. There's plenty of those. They also came with the gondola, which I don't know what this is for yet because I haven't unlocked it. This, yeah, what is this? I don't know. I have no idea, but it's cool looking. And of course, Leonardo's tank. Didn't unlock this yet, but so the mini's there. I just can't use it. And there's a lot of boxes to unlock that have stuff in it for you to discover and for you to find out. But even before that, they also have all of these other minis. Like these are just ladders. They have ladders. Goat translucent. I guess they're ghosts or something. Yeah. More minis, crossbow minis. And one thing they do have in the game is if you try to put out a miniature and you can't, then you lose. Yeah, so if you want minis for this game, they give you a lot. Like these horse minis. I didn't unlock them yet, so I've never faced those. All kinds of minis. And I left it. Yeah, there's another set. There's another one. Oh, there's more. Oh, yeah. And if you like dice, like I do, there's tons and tons of dice. So, yeah. All in all, again, so far it seems pretty good. And here were those, and I'm only going to bring out a couple of the small ones. Those map tiles that I was talking about. Again, as long as it has the design, the art itself is irrelevant. So this would be the same as this. Because they both have that same border. And the same thing if they asked you for an exterior tile. Whether it has a tree on it or whether it has these stalls, doesn't matter. And there's different rooftops, and they are double-sided. So that, just gives you a bunch of variety for layout, even though the images on the tile, except for these water ones, the canals, those are the only ones that are different because you're not allowed to shoot your crossbow in a canal. So while you're swimming, you can't shoot. So that's the only thing different there. Let me get that out. This was the only part of the insert that I kept. So you can see I cut it and everything else. And that's only to keep. Oh, I'm going to get more of these out so I can fan these a little better. That's only to keep all of these envelopes that you're supposed to unlock through the different games and the expansions. So there's a lot to do. But that's the thing with this game. That's the thing that's going to decide whether or not you want to get this or not. It really is a lot like playing the video game because, well, once you play it, you've played the story. Do you want to play it again? Well, that's up to you. There is a lot to it. Don't get me wrong. Just this one alone, 1.2, which we didn't open yet. It's still sealed. I can feel that it has quite a bit of cards in there. And I don't know. A lot of the envelopes look kind of thicker and some are thinner, but you never know what's inside of them. And that's kind of cool. But once you discover, just like in the game, once you discover all the cool stuff, is it worth going back? Well, that's not something I can say. Now, what I can say is this. As a collector of the minis, somebody who likes miniatures, yes. For me, even after the game's over, I will find a use for these. So there is that. So does that mean I like the game? For the most part, yeah, I would say I do. But do I love the game? Not as it is. No, I don't. And why do I say that? Well, we'll get to that in a second. But that's the other thing. There is a lot of tear down and setup for this, so it does take a while for you to put things away, get things out, find the right miniatures, and so on. Oh, I hope I didn't. Sorry, Max. I didn't intentionally miss you there, buddy.
That's all right. I didn't know if you knew that you posted the live link to your Facebook page.
Yeah. I thought anybody that wanted to come on in and chat about the Assassin's Creed can come on in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So overall, how do I do? There we go. I think that's the one we. See, I clicked the screen layout where that's the one we're looking for. There we go. And what I like about it is that it does have a lot of minis. So even though if you beat the game and you decide to never play it again, there's a lot of high quality detailed minis in this.
Stuff to paint.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you don't like painting, you're probably not going to like so much. Now, does it make you feel like an assassin as you're going through? Yeah, you are definitely climbing the rooftops. You're trying to stay stealthy. The problem is that these dice rolls one bad die roll can make you seen. So no matter how stealthy you are or how well you've tried to stay hidden, if somebody spawns on your spot and then their die roll says they see you, well then unfortunately, yeah. That is something I wasn't a fan of. It made it feel less like I'm being an assassin and the game is actually playing it. You know what I mean?
Do you have Hero Quest?
No, I heard they did a new version.
Yeah, my buddy just bought it.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to tell me how that one is.
It's the same game.
Really?
Yeah, same exact game as the other one, the original one.
Huh.
They just remade it.
Sure. Was it Hasbro?
I think so.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they did any upgrades to it or.
Well, there were 2 expansions that were available for it that we bought those 2.
Yeah.
I don't think they come with it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm blind on the right side, and that's where the computer is. So that's why I missed it.
Oh, you're good. You're fine. I was only in here for a second before you let me in.
All right. And yeah, anybody else that wants to stop in and say hi, more than welcome. More than welcome. But this is my main issue with the game. Now, not only, okay, I'm used to games, legacy games. Okay, once you play them, that's pretty much it. There's not really much replay with a legacy game.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at this one too. You're going to play this once, and it's going to be pretty much done because you know the story. Then, like I've never gone back and replayed Assassin's Creed. Well, I don't think any of them. Yeah. So once you're done with it, you're done with it, as far as I would be concerned. Now, my main problem with this game is this son of a gun right here. This is the headquarters board, and it adds something near the beginning of the game, like around the first official memory, that takes it from fun to making it a lot more complex than it needs to be. And brutal honesty, I don't use it. Screw this thing. Seriously, it is that bad. You're supposed to, like, if you get any injury, like if I was playing a regular Assassin's Creed game and I get hurt, I get out of battle and you heal up.
Yeah.
Not here. Here, if you get hurt in one of the memories, you have to come back to the hospital. Then if you have any courtesans or helpers to come in and heal you, they'll heal you a certain amount only in this. And it just makes it so tedious. And same thing with these contracts. Yeah.
Tedious as hell.
Yeah. And there's these contracts. And I'm like, oh, man, those contracts got to be cool because we used to get the contracts in the game to get a side quest and do all this.
Yeah.
No, the only thing you do for these, flip it over. Oh, I got to get 3 successes. If I get 3 successes, I'm closer to leveling up the headquarters, which that means they'll heal me 2 instead of 1. Like, screw that.
Yeah, that's weak.
Yeah. So no,
How long does it take to play the game?
It can be per memory, 1.5 to 2 hours usually.
Wow.
Yeah, but there is a bit of setup too, so that actually adds about a half hour to it. So yeah, all I do for the end of each mission, if you were dead, then you can't do the other parts. But if you weren't dead, like you weren't 0 health, then you can go to the store and buy something. Or when you get blueprints, you can build those, like Leonardo's thing here, and you'll be able to partake in that. Otherwise, if you were dead, you just recover health, and that's what you do. So it makes it faster, streamlined, and instead of this stupid thing, all you need is the headquarters box.
Yep.
So yeah, I will say they did have. I mean, they have the bad guy card, but a lot of different events, and a lot more that are going to come out that happen each round. Where here's the player aid. So yeah, I mean those are cool. Like it says, during this turn, ignore the first detection test. So if you're sneaking up on the roof, somebody's going to try to see you. You ignore that first one. So there's some good things, some bad things that happen. So I like the events. It's just that headquarters thing I hate with an all fiery passion.
I think this.
I don't use it. But as far as again, is $240? Is this game worth the $240?
Yeah, I don't know. I picked this one up for $80.
Oh yeah, I love Conan. I love Conan.
Came with all these minis to paint and everything. That's why I got it.
Yep, and that's what I was about to get at too. Yeah, you have so many out there that are similar in scope, and again, you're paying $240 to play a game once, right?
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure with all their minis, it costs them some money to produce it.
Yeah. Yeah, licensing fees alone and everything would have been crazy. But,
I wish they would have made some sort of replayability to it, though, to where, like, almost like, kind of like how your hunting game has the hex grids.
Yep.
If you could like build a city street in the hex grids and have to like move along the city street without getting caught and assassinate somebody and then get out, or do it in the wilderness or in a village or something.
That's what I was hoping those contracts would be those randomized missions. Like set out a random layout and then go on these, whatever they are, whether it's a retrieval or whether it's an assassin mission. But they weren't. They're just literally just roll your dice. If you get enough hits, you complete the contract. I'm like, oh, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
And there's disappointing. Yeah, and there's only 26 missions in the base game. So 26 missions at $240, $260, with that's $10 a mission. I don't know. I got it with the Kickstarter thing, and like I said, I still didn't get that giant. It had the big tower in the game. Yeah, that miniature was supposed to come with it. Never got it. And I say miniature, but it's like yeah, never got it. But otherwise, if you can get this like you did with Conan, because I remember I didn't get any of the expansions for Conan, but I did get the base one.
Yeah, I got the base game.
Yeah, if you can get it on clearance or on sale like that, yeah, I would highly recommend this. But as far as just buying it for the $240, I don't know that I can, because I don't think the average player is going to get out of it what they're putting in.
Enough value out of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many players is it?
1 to 4.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, and again, ditch the headquarters though. That thing sucks hard. Yeah.
And it takes you 2 hours to play a mission with the headquarters ditched.
Yeah.
So if the headquarters wasn't ditched, it'd probably take 3.5 hours.
Yeah, really, because you gotta, and then you got to set up the maps and you got to set up everything else. And I do count that into the play time is the setup, but I'm eager to unlock whatever it is. So I'm kind of Like, I want to know what's in box 3 here. I don't know. You can hear it. There's some kind of mini in there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know what it is. It's just, if I wouldn't have been hit by the Kickstarter bug there, I might have waited for a clearance on this one.
Yeah.
That's where I sit with this. Get it on clearance at best, but if you have the money to blow, go ahead. If you don't mind that you can play it multiple times, but you already know the story. You already know the secrets. You already know everything.
Yeah.
So other than that, that's where we sit.
It's like I really enjoyed the Mansion of Madness, how the DM was being run by the app and stuff like that, and you could all the maps were different because you connected the different parts of the house together.
Yep.
I really like that.
That's what I was really hoping this would kind of be, was like how Mansions of Madness was so randomized for the maps. Like I, honest to God, I played that first one a couple of different times, and the map was different each time.
Oh,
where the bad guys were at each time. Yeah, and that I like that, But here it's going to be the exact same game if you want to play Memory 1, that's Memory 1. That's it. It's static.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even Hero Quest had multiple different ways to lay out the dungeon.
Yeah.
And you could make up your own dungeon layouts and do your own thing. And
Yep.
I remember doing that. We painted all the minis and we made our own character classes.
Nice.
And we did all we expanded that game just to ridiculous amounts, and then finally we just started playing D&D.
Yeah. I think that's like the gateway drug to D&D is Hero Quest.
I think so too.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good thing you brought up though, is buy Mansions of Madness. You'll get it's a different theme, sure, but it's more of a replayable game than this one, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Heck, I think you can get Mansions of Madness and 4 expansions for the price of this base game.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, Mansions of Madness is what brand new. It's $80, I think.
I think it's right about there.
Maybe $100.
Yeah. In fact, I even have that sucker sitting right here, ready for us to go for the next one.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. All in all, I would probably recommend that over this. But again, if you're a diehard Assassin's Creed, you got to have everything. Well, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead and if you're the whale, be the whale.
Yeah. I my personal thing is I wish I would have waited for a deal on it. But I didn't, because I thought it would be a good replayable thing, But
you didn't know.
Yeah.
You didn't know. You had to try it. You had to try it out.
I'm glad we're here to be able to tell other people that, though. But please, dear God, throw away that stupid headquarters thing. Just heal everybody at the end of each mission, just like if you were playing. And then if somebody died, okay, they don't get to go to the shop. Okay, they got to spend that. They got to spend that into the game to heal. And you can still trade items, so somebody else can shop for you and give it to you. But otherwise, and those contracts are absolutely pointless. It's just it's mind numbing. I never would have thought they would have had that in there like that. Like,
yeah,
just having them only to level up that headquarters that's so disappointing.
Yeah, should have leveled up your guy.
Exactly. Yeah. And instead, the leveling up your guy comes from that campaign log. That one there. When you get enough experience, your guy levels up. So, what's the point of then leveling up the base too? I don't know. But anyway, so that's where we were at with it. Yeah, I just figured I didn't know if anybody was going to be on today, if anybody was busy. So I just put the link out and I said, hey, if anybody wants to come on, you know where I'm at.
Well, come on.
I appreciate it.
How's the card game coming?
Oh, sitting right here.
All right.
Yeah, I got an ammo can to store it in for while I'm testing. I got the rules here. I got oh gosh, I have the zombies sitting in here. I'm working on the next set.
Did you try it with putting the zombies out every turn?
Yeah. I did. In fact,
What-
I did a recent playthrough with it, and that
Yeah,
is,
so did that work a lot better?
yeah, it does. See, what happened was I was able to kill them off pretty quickly. Not pretty quickly, but if I would kill them off regularly, then there was nothing for a defense for the main bad guy, and then you just sit there and you just beat on them.
Yeah.
So what I decided was at the end of each round, put out one of those horde zombies for
Yeah.
each character that's there. So this way, the horde is always advancing on you, no matter what. Your job is, if you can't kill the main thing behind the horde, then you're
Yeah.
screwed. I did lose twice with Rachel, Micah, yes.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, her I have about a 75-25 loss, so I win 25% of the time. Which again, you want co-op games to be tougher.
Yeah, you want it to be difficult for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, all in all, good times. As soon as I finish
Awesome.
the other two girls, I'll send them off, and you can actually add it to the next campaign.
Yeah, that'll be sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to figure out the production and packaging and everything, but then
Yeah.
you know, we'll
Like I said,
definitely.
I have my manufacturer, and I have my shipping company. So I mean, yeah, I'll hook you up with them. They're really good people, real good people.
Sweet.
I've been using them since I started making games. So
Yeah, so there's some I wanted to talk to you offline. So next time you get a chance, we can do that.
sounds good. Well, we'll end this one because we pretty much said what we're going to say about Assassin's Creed. Probably pissed off the company, but I mean, hey, don't make stupid parts.
Make a better game.
Yeah. And we're going to leave it on that one, baby.
All right.
See you.